Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Pase, which stands for Product and System Education. My name is Ravina Prasad, proudly sponsored by my parents, Kamsa and Naga Prasad. And I guess we're gonna go right into it. Today Kenneth is gonna be doing our products. He's gonna be talking about the eSpring system. So I'm gonna send it over to Kenneth.
Okay. This is going to be real. This is a lot of slides, but we're going to cover just some of them in 10 minutes. As everybody knows, eSpring is our premier water purification system. Okay, and let me hide this presenter view. Okay, good. All right, so eSpring, I hit this timer here. eSpring, we're going to ask 4 questions here. What can eSpring do for you? What can water do for you? What can water do to you? Where can you get good water? And why should you use eSpring? Okay, the reason, all right. And so I had a connection. What can water do for you? Water can do a lot of things for you. It will hydrate you. It's good for when you're taking medicine. It's good for your all of your organs need it. In fact, they say you should drink 32 ounces of water as soon as you get up, to cleanse all of your organs and all the toxins that you have in it. You know, yeah, we are. I don't even drink coffee. Yeah. That's what they say, 32 ounces, you know.
Upon waking up.
Upon waking up.
Kenneth, can you share the screen?
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea. Are you guys seeing it now?
How about now?
Okay, so water is essential. In fact, we are made 70%. 70% of us is made of our bodies are made of water. So it's highly critical. Okay. The thing is that is the water good or not? Okay. So good water is good for you. Okay. And it may smell good, it may look good, it may taste good, but that does not necessarily mean that it is good. Okay. So because taste and smell does not detect particulates, you know, like silt and sand and inorganic chemicals and viruses and bacteria. Okay, you cannot detect that with the human senses. All right, and of course we know that these things over a period of time can lead or contribute to sicknesses. Okay, so look at this here. Let me hide this right here. All right, so you know, all kind of chemicals are in our water systems. In fact, Henry County, where I live, we get our annual water report every year, and it says that there are contaminants in there that they don't think is enough, and some of them they don't even know what the level is, but it's below a certain FDA rating.
It is gross.
Yeah, and I am not going to trust anybody, you know, to that, right? Okay. So how does good water go bad? Well, think of the pipeline that goes from the water source. It could be the main, it could be the water pipe from the main to your house. The water companies have no responsibility, legal responsibility, anything that leaves the main. You know, okay, and so the particulates from corrosion, rusting inside the pipes. PVC pipes have something called vinyl chloride. You know, when you can't pronounce the names, you know, yeah. You know, I don't like to spray stuff on my lawn because that's runoff. You know, they do all the Roundup and all of that stuff.
Yes.
That seeps into the pipes eventually.
Yes.
You know, and so it's no bueno. Okay.
No bueno.
And chlorination actually has something called THNs. The reason why they call it THNs is because to pronounce it is unpronounceable, at least for me, you know, such as chloroform and such things. Okay, this can result in low birth rate, increased blood pressure, kidneys damage due to mercury, radon. Okay, increases stomach cancer. You know, about 20 to 10% of bladder cancer may be caused from contaminated water. The reason why we have our eSpring thing is because my wife Andrea, she had some sort of kidney thing, you know, a precondition, and so we used our flexible spending account, and we got the water. That's why we got the water system. You know, okay. Again, this is slow poisoning. It's not like you drink Henry County water and you're gonna fall on the ground. You know. Okay. So what is good water? Okay. Good water. Bottled water is not um, it's not regulated. Okay. In fact, there are YouTube videos that you can go and watch, and they show you the different pH levels. And if you go to some of the websites, they don't even tell you what all they have in there, and it's costly. Okay. All right. And but our eSpring has 10,000 as 10,000 is equivalent to 10,000 plastic water cups. We have 4.5 people in our house, and it takes us 13 months to finish one eSpring filter. Okay, that's a lot more than 10,000 bottles of water. Okay, boiled water, yeah, you get rid of the of some of the chemicals, but you know the bacteria and viruses can actually be activated. Reverse osmosis is good, but it's very expensive, right? Granular, this is the stuff you buy at Walmart. The thing is that after you keep pouring, it creates grooves in the filter, and that allows particulates and everything to come out of it. Okay. Of course, you can use this is another expensive option. When I mean expensive, I mean like $5,000 or so. Okay, ultraviolet light alone kills the bacteria and the viruses, but not the particulates. Okay, so there's one solution, drum roll. There's one solution that covers everything. All right, and that is eSpring. It has advanced carbon filters, wireless technology, ultraviolet light, and a smart chip in it. Okay, so it's covering all 99.999% of all your particulates and all of your pollutants. Okay, it has a WQA Gold Seal certification and a National Science Foundation certified certification also. Okay, Consumer Report rates it #1. All right, and here are some of the prices. You know, you could see that the retail price. We used to have the carbon only, but that's no longer there. Right. Okay, and so we have many types of eSpring water purifiers. I mean configurations. You can have below the counter, above the counter, and you could see that the first one here shows that the retail price is $1,200, but your price is $937. So you're getting a margin of $31.12. Plus you're getting 312 PV if you sell just one of them. And we have a lot of sales things. Same thing for all of these here. Okay. And then look at this one here. The filter, like my sister has an eSpring. You know, you could see here that you're going to make $62 on the filter alone, and that's every year. Because you know, with my sister, it's about she's only by herself, so it takes 2 years. But you know, but hey, you know, who's complaining? Right. Okay. Customer sales. There are people. We actually knew somebody in the business who used to do this alone. Charlie Dosso used to do this alone and make $2,000-3,000 a month, depending on how much you sell. Okay, so you can go from home to home or at some event and tell them, hey, I got this water system, you know. Target your audience. If somebody can barely buy a bottle of water, don't think that they can afford an eSpring. Okay, so you have to go to the appropriate okay, people. Okay, and we have a lot of resources. Okay, so target people who are seniors, families, busy people, you know, people who are trying to save money but have money. You know, seniors need all of this stuff. You know, and I'm talking about myself. You know, you know, kids, you know, lead and all of that stuff. You know, it's a worthwhile investment. You know, and then of course, busy people, you know, they don't eat right and all of that. This is perfect for them. What I do, if you watch me, you'll always see me with these big blue flasks, and it's eSpring in there. You know, okay, and of course, people who are athletes and whatnot. Okay, pregnant ladies and whatnot. Okay, and so that's eSpring, guys. How much time we have? 1 minute. Let me see if I can play a video. There's a lot of online resources, okay? So let's see if we can play the first one, see if that one comes up. I have not tried playing this as yet, so. And after this, that'll be it. Oh. Come back again. Getting used to the laptop.
Oh, you got a new one.
Over the last several years, my personal awareness to the importance of clean drinking water has increased. We've seen the headlines. Contamination to our drinking water is a real risk. And that's why water purification is so important. The eSpring water purifier provides clean, purified drinking water in your home. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why this system is a leading water purifier. Technology, certifications, and value. Number 1, the technology. This is really where the eSpring water purifier differentiates from your average filter. It filters and purifies. The pressed carbon block filters and removes over 140 health effect contaminants. The ultraviolet light purifies the water and effectively reduces over 99.99% of waterborne pathogens. This technology is truly a differentiator. Number 2, the certifications. The eSpring water purifier is third-party tested and certified by NSF International and the Water Quality Association. These are leading water quality certification organizations that have recognized the eSpring's water purifier's performance and quality. And finally, number 3, the value. One eSpring filter cartridge provides up to 1 year's worth of use. That's up to 10,000 bottles of water. The eSpring water purifier, exceptional technology, third-party certifications, and an incredible value. I encourage you to taste the difference.
And back to the host.
It is so important, not only to know what we're putting in our body, but also to help the environment. I mean, imagine all the water bottles and stuff that you're not putting out there in the environment when you have your filter at home. And it's 10 times better than any of the bottled water that you would be getting out there. So thank you for that. There's tons of information. Kenneth, that Kenneth had pointed out to us on the website. So I encourage you to go out there and do your research because it is the best out there. So we're going to move on to the streaming part of the evening today. Oh, the book part. I'm sorry, the book part of the evening today. And we're actually going to take it over to Virginia. Virginia, are you ready?
What did you say, book?
What's that? Is she not doing book?
Yeah.
Is she good?
Right here. Yes,
Okay.
she's right.
Virginia is an awesome fire woman out in town. When you hear her, you know why she's so fire woman. So, over to Virginia. Whenever you're ready.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Navina, for that great introduction. So I am Virginia King, and I've been sponsored in the business by Betty Gadio, up to Malik Porter, up to Roderick McKenzie, Rodney Wilson, Celia Wilson, Kenneth Drayton, Andrea Gonzalez, up to our Sapphire going, you know, Emerald and beyond, Nadia and Kanta Fasad, up to our Diamond, Sanjeev, and Shona Sahar, and up to the whole galaxy. So today I'm here to talk about one amazing tool that we have within the business. It's called the Book of the Month. And, you know, what's the Book of the Month? The Book of the Month actually is, you can refer it as a book club, right? And what it is it is a BWW month book club where our damen actually, you know, come up with a list of books that they recommend to IBUs, right? And the purpose of that is to make sure that we promote the pursuit of, you know, knowledge, it promotes actually interaction. It helps with personal goal, professional growth and development. And you have to remember, all those diamonds actually come every year, and they themselves have read those books. So highly efficient there to make sure that all IBOs are actually tapping into their, thinking bin, and also they're discovering their own potential. So how do I get on the book of the month? So very easy. So talk to your, growing upline or the person that you are working with, so that they can actually tell you how to get on the book of the month. So when should I have to get on the book of the month? As Mr. Kenneth Drayton said, always, immediately. No question about it, right? Highly recommended. So, again, if you are, you have the finances are not on point, always ask your growing upline or the person who's working with you. They can lend you a few books so that you can go ahead and start, putting your best foot forward for personal, enhancement. And so how often do you read? That's a good question, right? So most of the time, as for me, when I came into the business, is apart from the school book, I don't actually take a book for personal growth to read and kind of apply those successful habits on a daily basis. So I have to really force myself to do those steps. So what I did, I start with 5 minutes, now 15 minutes, and now I can go from 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and now I'm at 1 hour a day. So again, it doesn't matter how long, how slow you read, is as long as you don't, stop. You have to have like a sense of a constancy to be able to grab into that. So again, the recommended is between 15 to 30 minutes a day, but you can go above, not below that, right? Not 1 minute, like, oh, I read for 1 minute. It's good, but you're not going to get to the goals that you want to hit within the business, right? So, and the next thing that you have to take yourself is, where do you read actually? Everywhere, right? In the shower? No, not the shower. Not the shower. But for sure, for me, is anywhere between lunchtime or when I walk to go and take my, take transportation, the bus at work, or when I'm actually, waiting on the stop, on the bus stop, or when I am in the bus, So those 5-10 minutes, I utilize that instead of cut off all the noise, instead of listening to all the best, music from Beyonce and all the good artists,
Right.
Drake. I just put my mind into that to make sure that I do what you require of me to grow the business first. So business is a priority. So I don't know about you guys, but that's how, I apply myself. And one of the juicy book that, is a book that was recommended, is not the book of the month yet, but I highly recommend that everybody take a look at it. It's 3 Things Successful People Do. It's by John Maxwell. So one nugget that I got within this book, I always like that part of the book, is on page 57, right? It said, an act of your will lead you to action, and your positive action will lead to a positive attitude. So again, what it is like, take action to change your attitude, right? And so if you want to change your attitude, start with a change in your behavior. So all of us have our little, as Celia said, demons, right? Little and big ones. So you just have to, the first step, if you start recognizing those, that's the first step. And then you walk towards those. And that's why our mentor are there to really help us. Kanta and Nadia, they are so mellow. They understand everything that you say. I don't have any negative vibe. It's like, yeah, Virginia. Yeah, you can do it. So it just have that positive attitude. So we all have to work toward that same attitude. So highly recommend that everyone get on the book of the month. If not, again, you'll be out of the train. Just saying. But the cost of the book is between $15 to $20 a month. So it's just a little investment. It's not spending per se, but it's an investment in your personal growth. So with that being said, back to the host.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That was an awesome job, Virginia. Let's give her another round of applause. I heard a saying that most people always are continuously feeding from this part down. We always eating, taking vitamins and stuff, but not many people feed the most important part, which is your brain. And the Book of the Month program is absolutely incredible. Most of the times you'll pick up the book and you'll be like, wow, did they pick this book for me? Because it is so relevant and is so pertinent to most people's lives. So when I left school, I thought I was never going to read another book again. and I fell in love with growing myself, not just reading, but growing myself and applying all of the things that I was reading. So get excited about it. If you're not on the Book of the Month program, find out how you can get on it. And we're going to go over to the streaming part of the evening today. Now, you guys, this lady that is coming up is absolutely incredible. And I can say that because she is my mom. And so I encourage you to take notes about what she's going to talk about because I know she's got some great stuff. So please help me bring up Nadia Prasad, my mom, to talk about the streaming.
All right. How's everybody doing? Awesome. Good stuff. Well, today my topic is streaming. And what is streaming? Streaming is basically, if you guys remember back in the days, we used to have CDs, right? Now everything is automated and you can get it right to your smartphone. Isn't that awesome? So the talks that come on streamings are people who are at least an emerald and above speaks on those CDs. Basically, it means that they have a good sized business. They have done well in terms of creating financial independence. And so they can speak on those CDs. So the talks are basically, you would get motivational talks. You will get basically, what is that? The know-how or hands-on structure or whatever. They're all different streamings, right? So whatever, I listen to the streaming of the week, which we get once a week. It comes every Monday around 12. And that is your basic, what you get on a weekly basis. But what do you do for the rest of the week? Basically, what you do is you go online and you of course, you download the app on your phone, the BSM app. And what you do is you go to your collections every week. You get your actual streaming. But outside of the collections, there's a category which has everybody in there. You can, type by the, like Dorso. Some people love to listen to Charlie Dorso. You will type that in. It comes up all of his talks. So you might have a favorite speaker, or you might be looking for something on the process. You type that in, everything will come up. So the category will give you everybody that's on the stream, basically, that you can download. Then you have the Share app. Okay, so the Share talks are awesome, guys. I'm telling you, it is worth every penny that you pay because you can send unlimited streams to people that just maybe have seen the plan for the first time, or whatever maybe you might just want to share a talk with somebody that's in the business, that a particular talk, and so you can send that. Share talk is not that big yet, but it's becoming bigger. You're adding more and more talks to that. So which means it is very important for your new people. Like all the talks on there on Share Talks, anyone can listen to it. Basically, it's not just IBOs. So they're there for your resource. Again, after somebody finished seeing the plan, we usually send them out right away. There's different talks that we send out. Check with your upline what are the appropriate talks to send out after BP1, BP2, and all those different events. So again, and then the other one, of course, is I've been listening to this one, and I was just blown away by the last, not the last one, but the week before, which is Hershman. How many of you guys have listened to that one? What an incredible talk. It's BWW2068. And when I listened to this streaming and listened to this couple talking, I was just like, you know, in normal society, a couple like that would be wiped off. You know, basically you're done, you're doomed. You're teenage parents. She got pregnant at 14. He was 16. They got, you know, got married, had a family. Basically teenage parents, you know. So according to society, those people are just like, you know, you're doomed for whatever comes, right? But if you listen to this lady and the way she speaks, my goodness, what a powerful talk. And she says, you know, if you're not grounded, if you're not rooted, basically anything will blow you away, you know. And that means somebody tells you something this way, you go this way. They tell you this way, you go that way. So you're not really grounded and believe in who you are. And she said something that was really heart-wrenching when she said she used to babysit for a parent, and then they invited them to dinner, and she put the both of them to sit down and said, God told us we should adopt your child. And she says, what God told you that? God didn't tell me this, you know. But she says it's amazing, had we, you know, not been rooted in who we are and know that, you know what, this is our child and we're going to raise it however we, you know, we choose to, then they would have, you know, gave the child up, basically. And I just wanted to play a little bit of it, and I'm done. So.
For a moment, I'm like, oh, these people are gonna miss me when I left. You know, I retired. He's like, yeah, they probably are. You know. And do you know how many people out of the hundreds of people that I had relationships with, how many of them do you think reached out to me after I left? You're right. Like, you know where I'm going. Zero. None. So that was a big indicator that I really wasn't changing lives through fitness. I don't know if it's ever happened to you. Have you ever been let go from your job? Or there's been a reason why you're no longer with a company, but you find out real quickly how valuable you really aren't to that company. Just a cog in their wheel. And I sure did. Because I remember I left that gym and I came back the following week to go work out. And I walked in and they stopped me. Excuse me, ma'am. Gotta check in. I'm sorry, do you not remember that I've worked for your company for over a decade and you don't?
That's crazy, right? But again, that's for the people who think that their job can't survive without them. Newsflash, they do. So it was really, if you guys haven't listened to it, please do. Lots of nuggets in there. They are founders. The guys that got started in the business in 2010, and they're founders diamond. So they just didn't waste any time. They just went crazy with this business, and today they can speak and impact so many lives based on their story and what they have to offer, and let people know that it doesn't matter where you come from or what your background is or what baggages you have, that you too can do this business. All you have to do is embrace the system and follow your upline, and that's it. And I'm out. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so if you guys have not listened to that streaming yet, I encourage you to listen to it. It is powerful. One thing I took from it is that she kept saying that she, you know, it didn't matter what her circumstances, what she wanted to change. And that's you can feel it, you can hear it in her heart that they wanted to change and they made it happen. Like my mom said, they would have been written off by society, you know, because of their circumstances, but they didn't let their circumstances keep them down. And it's a powerful talk. It's a funny story, actually. I was listening to it on my way to, I was going to meet someone, and I had it in my headphones, and there was a police, like a guy on the, you know, the Segway, the police guy. Yeah, so he's like riding around, and he's like, she's trying to talk to me, and then I didn't realize he was because I had it in my ears. So then he kind of flagged me down, and I'm like, he's like, that must have been a really good song you're listening to, and I'm like, oh, it's a talk, and I was like really in the zone, I'm over here like laughing out loud, and like because it was such a good talk. It captured you so well. So if you're not on Share Talk, if you're not on streaming yet, I suggest you get on streaming, because you will be missing out on some great information. And then also, if you are on streaming and you haven't gotten Share Talk yet, it is a very powerful tool that you're missing out on as well. So find out how you can get on that. And we're going to skip the huddle play for right now. And we're going to go over to activity report. I'm sorry. We'll do new people first. And we'll start in Atlanta. So
come on up and
Let's
introduce
go.
Just your name and basically your background, who invited you guys, and one thing you're excited about.
Okay. It's only 2 million people online.
Yes, my name is Brandon Nolan. I was invited by Kenneth, and I'm excited for a new experience and to grow myself and my family.
Awesome. Go ahead.
We just moved from Texas here to Georgia, and I'm really excited this time around to be in the business, because it seems like everything that I went through previously and everything that I'm going through at the moment is all coming into one, and this is the perfect moment to be in the business, because we're growing physically, mentally, spiritually, and I'm just excited.
Awesome. Let's go over to Tallahassee. If you guys have anybody that's new, please tell us your name, who invited you, and something that you're excited about.
All right. Yeah, we do have one person. Yes, she's coming.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Get the camera on. Yeah. There we go. Yes.
Awesome.
Hi, my name is Bimusala Kimbi. I'm a student of FAMU, and I was invited by Virginia. And I'm excited about the business. It has motivated me in so many ways, and that I've been changed.
All right, I think that's it for us. Yes, that's it for us. Yes. Thank you.
All right, well, we'll keep it in Tallahassee, and you guys can start with the activity report.
All right. Go on side. Do you want to do activity report? Yeah. Yeah, sure. We're coming up. All right.
Hey, how y'all doing? Awesome. This is Roger here, proudly sponsored by Rodney Wilson, who was sponsored by C. Lee Wilson, Kenneth Drake, and Andrea Gonzalez, and it was directly sponsored by Kent and Nadia Prasad. Our applied sapphire is going emerald big time. Yes, yeah. Upline Diamond, Sanjeev, and Shauna Sahai. A whole lot of activities been happening, guys, here in Tallahassee, man. We really racked up the numbers because that Kumargo Diamond, hey, that's the trip. That's the trip to go on. So last week I gave a bunch of activities. I had I written them in groups, but I guess hey, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 meetings with whereas we meet and greet 1, meet and greet 2, or board plan 1. There's 1 board plan 1, but about 6 meet and greet 1s. Well, 5 meet and greet 1s and 1 meet and greet 2. So pretty much it's really piling up. The numbers are going, and a lot of people in the pipeline as well. I'll be calling today to make it happen again, and all those meet 1s will be meet and greet 2s this week too. So calendar is really filling out. All right, so that's pretty much activity report from me. And yeah, let's keep rocking and rolling.
Absolutely. Got you. Wait.
Yeah.
Come in here real quick. Some popcorn. Play the clean, yeah? Hey guys. Wait. My name is Stile, proudly sponsored in the business by Kenneth Drake and Andre Gonzalez. So then sponsored, as you know, by the one and only Captain Nadia Prasad, then up to Sanjeev and Shona Sahai. Big things are going on here in Tallahassee. There's a lot of activity across the board, but I know we're always short on time during this segment, so I'll just keep it super high level. Jahana, who has been recently onboarded, you know, personal of mine, she's rocking and rolling. Actually, since she's been introduced to the business, people have been hunting her down all of a sudden for when we gave her some products. Just her in classes, people asking what product is that and buying it off of her and stuff like that. So we have people there, and then when her roommate saw her leaving at night to do business meetings, her roommate was like, "What are you doing? I need to find out." So based on that, we did an MG1 with her on Thursday, I think, of last week. She said she's ready for it. She couldn't keep saying yes fast enough in the MG1, kind of like, so that we could just like get this thing rolling because she's hungry because she doesn't like her financial situation or what have you. So so we have an MG2 with her actually this evening right after phone team, and then I have some and then we're working with Johanna to get her started correctly, and she has a nice long list of about, how many was it? 150 was it? 150 names, and I know that's Camta's like buzzing in my head, like, hey, attack that real quick. You know, so that's our Diamond always tells us to do that. So that's what we're doing with her list as well. So great work from Johanna's work, and of course, Johanna, as you guys know, she's a brand new 3% as of last month, and our goal is to help her fast track this month. So we're on course for that too. Other thing too, I have some other personals. I have a few MG1s that I've done already, going to MG2 today. Actually, another young lady by the name of Melinda huddled with Camta about it because there were some, not flags, but concerns I had. So really, it's really important to connect with your upline, guys. Even if you think you know what you're doing, it is always good to kind of repeat what you think you know to them and hear feedback, to make sure that that's still, you're perfectly aligned with their thought process, and then while contacting and inviting and just, being out of my apartment, actually, met some people because of course the basketball games were happening. So it's a really great time to meet people with, regardless of who's winning. It's a great time to meet people because people are out, not necessarily always having fun, but I ran into some consulting engineers who are out of New York, ran into them, have some MG1s planned with them, and then ran into two young ladies who are also looking. We have their MG1 set up for Monday, and pretty promising people. And I have another personal, I was telling Camta about this the other day. I had a friend of mine, she's a Trinidadian, and I had dropped the message on her and asked her if she was looking. She said, heck no, I'm good. Got it going on, rock solid. I was like, cool, good job, no problem. And we were still friends hanging out. I ran into her every now and then. Everything is cool. Lo and behold, was going to an MG1 with Johanna. She saw us at that meeting and she stopped me out of the blue and said, Sile, I need to make some extra money. Please help me. Right. Okay, sure. Sure. And I started, I was like, I don't know if my mentors don't on board a lot of people. Are you really serious? Or you just playing? Cheating sometimes be jokers, Not about me. I'm super serious about life. But those are the trainees. Right. So anyway, lo and behold, she said she's looking. So she's also booked on Monday at 6:30. So we have a lot going on there, personals going on. And I have one launch that is happening next week as well. Huddled with Camta. I had a few personal flags with Camta help me know exactly how to handle this particular individual and how to be patient and kind and loving, but with a standard, right? So we're doing it. So we have that launch set up for this week coming up. So that's my 5th leg, going to be qualified for Kumargo Diamond. But anyway, I'm very excited, per usual, without even a lot of excess this time too. So yes, so I'll give it to I think anybody else in the room that I know Virginia cooking, No, she have to come up here. Yes. So all right, next some other Tallahassee leader.
I'll be quick. Hey guys.
Independent business manager.
Right here, upline in the business, Celia Wilson, that awesome lady who just spoke, and then up to Kenneth Drake and Andre Gonzalez, and then up to Compton Nadia Prasad, Sapphire is going to emerald in a major way, and our diamond Sanjeev and Sean is high. So just a couple of quick things. You know, been out in the field collecting numbers, and that turned into actually converted into one MG. One I did last week, and I did the MG2 as well. So this guy is a student working full time at Best Buy, trying to make it happen, and he's into finance and marketing. So he's qualified for the BP2. 75% done with the book, so he'll be finished with it by the time it's the BP coming through on Tuesday. And then I could reconnect it with another guy from a competition I was in a few months ago, and you know, he seemed like a real warm, fuzzy type of guy. And you know, at the competition, I was talking to him, and I revisited the numbers that I had, and you know, just started asking him questions about his future and what he wants to do. And he actually told me he was open for business. So we did an MG1 online, and we're actually gonna reconnect and check some stuff there. So I will huddle and see what's the best direction, because he is in Kentucky.
Oh man, he was in Kentucky.
So distant business there. But other than that, you know, been hitting the field, especially weekly with Virginia, and have some numbers there. So I'll let her come up and
yeah, she has like 20 million.
One more person I've been working with was Bree, who got personally sponsored by Erin. She already knocked out 100 PV for the month. So that's done. And the next goal for her is to actually get into fast track mode. So we're gonna help her do an additional 50 PV there.
You know, some sort. Awesome. Yeah, 19 cents to pick up the
He said she's okay.
Okay.
I'm trying, Silly, I'm trying. So hi everybody, Virginia King here again, and sponsoring the business by Betty Guide. I'm not going to go through the awesome outline, but a lot of activity have been happening. I personally, towards the week, I got a lot of numbers, and those numbers actually today I'm going to connect with them and try to set up the MG1s for the week. And especially I have a local contact and then outside contact. I have one from Germany, so I'm trying to look up into see if they are contact here in the United States, and then another one from France, Paris. So that the lady actually, she works for UN, so we're going to set up once she's actually on, she's traveling. And so once she gets in Paris, we're going to connect and set up the meeting and try to see what exactly will depend on actor and then friend that she has in the United States, so that maybe I can start working with those people and see if they're looking. And then customer vibe, I have a lot of things going on. So I have 2 people in the pipeline. One is Shehu, he is on follow-up 2. And he's almost, he has a compound effect. He's done with all the books. The only one left is the compound effect. So he's going to be finished. We are meeting on Monday, which is tomorrow. And then from there now is pretty much launched. So by the end of the week, at least I will have a definite answer on how this goes. But he's very excited. We want to be part of the business. And Clint, as you say, he's a bus driver in Tallahassee, and he's trying to make sure that he gets his things going on. But again, you know, he's very slow paced, and like Celia said, you know, Kanta said that you got to be very patient. Some people run faster, others run slower, but it doesn't mean that they are not looking, right? So you just have to work with the people, connect. So it's all about the input, not the output at the moment, in my opinion, for what I'm looking forward. And then quickly, when it comes to solar, she got launched, and we are, you know, moving towards the 100 personnel, and again, build her customer pipeline. She has already 1 customer, awesome. And then we're going to have a list of other customers. So get 100 PV and then 50 PV customer-wise. So we are working towards that. And she already have a list of people that we have to connect. So we'll do that tonight before we support our waste. And customer vibe, I have 3 people in the pipeline. Since we are short of time, I'm going to just wait that. It's just like we have a lot of things going on, and we are making sure that qualifying the 7th spring.
Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree.
Young girl.
Yes, sirree. Hey. Yeah. I think that's it. I know Gene has some big activity doing it now, but I think he's being bashful. Yeah. Should we let him be bashful, team? What y'all think? He could be bashful today? Okay, we let him be bashful today. All right, we let Gene be bashful next week. But yes, that's it for us. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
ATL in the house.
Carol Anthony here, sponsored by Tanya in Miami to Soleil in Tallahassee to Kendra and Andrea Gonzalez here to Compton Nadia going Emerald, yay! Here in Starbridge as well, and also up to Shannon Sanjeev. Please don't tell him I did that. So hi, all the way up to the galaxy. I'm working hard. I got 3 short numbers. I'm doing setting up the MG1s. I dropped a message, had a good time. Just going out there having a good time every day. And this rain is crazy in Atlanta, but more people be out in the rain. So I just, just go out anyway. It don't matter. Just having a good time, and that's all I want to say.
Awesome.
Yay!
Cameraman, get to turn the camera. It takes 3 Kenneths to make 1 Andrea. Okay? Yeah, we're Kenneth and
Right.
Well, it is being recorded. So yeah, we're Kenneth and Kenneth Drayton and Andrew Gonzalez, proudly and directly sponsored by Canton 100%.
It's funny.
Okay, and we have Carol forgot to mention that she has a beauty break, a spa cafe. You want to talk about it?
I'm sorry.
You can talk about it.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, y'all. We got a beauty break coming up. You know why I didn't say it? Spa cafe.
Yeah.
I had to teach Kenneth to say spa cafe.
Oh.
We got to say something relaxed.
That's why she's talking about
people
it.
out.
Yeah.
But it's on the 16th and it's at their home. Thank you for having it at your home. People are paying $20 to come, and I already told my people it's gonna be $25 if you come to the door and tell me you want to get in. No. $25 at the door, $20 to hold your spot, and we also have the spot holder.
Is Anthony gonna be the bouncer?
The bouncer? I'm the bouncer.
Oh.
Don't anybody gonna mess with me. He said check them at the mailbox.
Pre-qualified.
Yeah. Right. But I'm telling all the women to come out. We come for the snacks, come for the drinks. Drinks mean lime water or excess blast that's mixed with ginger ale. Make it professional. And that's about it. Don't look for no liquor. That's all. Yeah, we already discussed all that. Yeah, we already put that on there.
So Kirsten.
Kirsten is on my team. She's got people. I got people, and Willetta, she's got people, and Andrea is going to be doing the facials. She's going to be doing the sand machine, and we're going to be doing the facials.
All right.
Yay! I'm excited.
All right, so we have a lot of activity going on here.
Yes.
We have all the bases loaded. Andrea and I personally have 30 people in the pipeline.
Awesome.
We're not looking for quantity, we're looking for quality. So we too are going to 7 Springs. We are ahead of our schedule.
Wonderful.
So, there's a lot of activity going on. And so with that, and I can't bother go through all the details, I have to bring my Excel spreadsheet out, Okay, but just know, 4 of those, I think 6 of those 30 are customers, you know, so.
Awesome.
All right, so I'm gonna bring Navina back up so she can bring up. Turn it up, turn it up.
Okay, awesome. That's great stuff, you guys. I'm going to bring up all of our leaders, my parents,
No,
Captain
huddle,
Nadia
huddle.
Prasad.
Huddle, huddle.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, but we can go through.
Oh, both of you come into huddle.
Both of us.
It's a double huddle.
Double huddle.
So we're double huddling today, y'all.
Right.
Huddle, huddle,
We got
huddle.
the best of the best to talk about the huddle today. My mom and dad, Captain Nadia Prasad.
Now just gonna do the huddle and I'm gonna do the cuddle. All right.
Activity report. Compton and I had an opportunity to be in West Palm this weekend. We had 2 grand opening there going on for brand new IBOs, and we had the first one in Port St. Lucie, and that went well. There was this lady, she just wanted everything, and so she was just saying, I want the vitamins, I want, and she just kept listening to basically everything, and so I know. Oh, and she bought right before coming there a couple of days ago. She bought 3 cases of Monster, and so the guys did a demonstration with the milk and the Monster. She couldn't stop taking pictures of this stuff. She said, I am putting it outside my door. Anybody who wants it, you come and take it. Free donation. She said, I just can't see anybody drinking and stuff based on what she saw, right? So she was very blown away by that. Then, of course, we had another one in West Palm Beach, and that one was a combination of 3 different businesses. So we had about 15 people out there on that one, and that one was, I mean, talk about people. There's this young lady, her name is Rachel. You guys are going to get to see more of her, but she was working that entire room there, getting orders, and these are brand new people, and just to see how they were. I mean, Compton and I were just like, I'm like, why am I here?
Yeah.
You know, like I was just sitting there because they did the grand opening. They did all the stuff. I mean, Josh and Amanda are their upline. So Josh and Amanda did all the other stuff. I mean, I just had like a few words to say and did a couple of Sams. But honestly, I mean, it is so great to see that, you know, wherever you go, you know, their leadership there. There are people rising up, taking responsibility, and just wanting this business so badly that they're willing to do whatever it takes to just make it happen. And so we're ready to set up another beauty break with them next month, because they were just so blown away by the SAM and all the different products. They can't wait to have this happen again. So that was our weekend. We had a great time. We met with, of course, some family, and Dave was actually, he's in the Bahamas. He's in the Bahamas right now. So if you people have I know he's doing a meeting out there tomorrow night. So if you have people out in the Bahamas, in that area, have them go and meet Dave, you know, because it's going to be, again, an incredible session there. So, but we've been out there, you know, Compton and I, you know.
3 numbers there.
Yeah, while we were there, we got just living our life, guys. We got 3 numbers, 3 good numbers. And these people were like, you know, we told them that we were coming back for business.
2 Jamaicans and 1 Trini.
Yes, that's crazy.
For one special.
Yes.
Get a better ratio, Crown. Get a better ratio.
It was crazy, but
You mean 3 to 1?
the people were, you know, they're just looking, you know, you just open your mouth, you talk. We told them we were there for business. They wanted to know what business, you know, and all this stuff. So we just took their numbers, and again, you know, we'll be back there. I know that wherever we go, we want to be able to put a team there together. So it's worth our while going there and building our business. I mean, it's worth it anyway. So we just having a great time building this business. Excited about 7 Springs. Excited about the conference that's coming up. And yeah, we have 2 new Eagles who are, you know, eaglings their way to 7 Springs. So we're very excited to have people there, new people there. And so it's going to be an incredible weekend for Seven Springs. I know when they come back, they'll paint the picture for you guys. And next year, forget it. Floodgates will be open. So we're just excited about life, where we're going, and business. And I know that we're supposed to do the huddle play, so I'm just going to do my part, and then I'm going to go sit down. So the part that we're doing today is the 30-day core run and the 150 and ditto. Okay. So why ditto? Basically, you want to get everyone that is in. Basically, if you're doing a 30-day core run, you should have your ditto set up, right? That's just the bottom line. That if you're doing the 30-day core run and you don't have a ditto, then you're really not honoring the partnership. Okay, so you want to get that ditto set up on the first week of the month. And the reason being is that Sahai, I think we crashed the computer the first month in Ditto when they put this out. They just couldn't handle it. I mean, Dittos were coming out of Yazoo. Kumar was like, double diamond the first day. I mean, isn't that awesome? To have your business where when people put up their ditto there, and all your legs are qualified. So it's incredible. So that's the kind of business you want, guys. So it starts with you. It starts with you setting up your ditto. The only way you can do it is and teach it is by having it yourself and being able to help people to set up those like my plan says, and they're really, really good, Sanjeev and Shauna, because a lot of people was like, the 150 PV has to be done. But they say start wherever you're at, even if you have to do 50, 25, whatever, start with a ditto and then add to it. Eventually what you want is, if you're a couple, you want to have 300 PV on your ditto delivery. And if you're a single, you want to have that 150, okay? Because that's when you're fully honoring the partnership. And I think that's it. I'm done. But make sure that you're when you get new people and you explain to them why they should be doing ditto. As a matter of fact, I think all the new signups that we've had within the last couple of I would say about 2-3 weeks, all of them are on ditto. And like I said, it could be just a few products, or for some people it's a lot. Okay, so make sure that you get your people on ditto, and that way the volume is predictable. But more important is that they're getting their products, and when they get their products, they're going to use their products. Okay, they're not going to run out of something and have to run to the supermarket out of habit to buy something that that you should have been on ditto anyway. Okay, so that's it, and I'm done. Back to my husband.
Wonderful, good stuff. Well, we are actually about huddle, right? So huddle is to hear from people who are doing the 30-day core run, right? Who's involved in it and doing it? Where you, what part are you on the 30-day core run? Anybody open up? We open up for the huddling. Tallahassee, Atlanta, Jonathan, right? Who are on the 30-day core? And if you've done the 30-day core, you actually should be continuing the 30 days, doing more 30 days to 90 days permanently, right? So there's no like 30 days and a finish. You take a break, you continue doing the 30-day core run, right? What are some of the things that are required on the 30-day core run? If you haven't completed it, take a look and see why it's not done, where we could correct and make changes for you to finish that 30-day core run. Okay, open it up. You want to start? Who want to start? Anybody? Nobody? Everybody?
I can start real quick.
Okay, go ahead, Jonathan. Agent Jonathan. All right.
So when it was, I think last year, I did the 30-day core run with Ken. I think it was after one of the conferences we decided to do the 30-day core run. And it helped me actually to build habits of reading, listening. I was starting to go out more after work, just to randomly go places. Since I was already downtown close to Buckhead, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna ready to go places and just talk to people and see what happens. And so thanks to that, actually, when I came to Virginia, I started to get into the same pattern of going out, reading, listening. Some things may have happened. I may have fell off a little bit, and which is fine, but I still went back to those habits. So, and then from the books, I've been learning about, especially compound effect. One of the things that he talks about is that even you building these habits, and I kind of say this last time, but you building these habits and you have old habits that are deeply rooted into your system. And it's not going to be a one-day thing of where you're uprooting that habit. It's going to be a long-term change of that habit. So the best way I had to do it was add good habits to the current habits I currently have so I can replace them. And so from doing the 30-day core run, it helped me do that to where I've changed my mindset of just going home and sitting in front of the TV playing games, stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I have had some days where I slipped. but yeah, so 30-day core run, if anybody hasn't done it yet, it's great to not only do it yourself, but if you're doing it with somebody else, it makes it a lot easier to stay accountable. I know everybody has their own ways of being accountable, but it's almost like if you're going to the gym, you have a workout partner. You know, you're not gonna if somebody says, "Hey, let's go to the gym 3 times a week," with your workout partner, you're not gonna say, "Hey, I can't go today," blah blah blah, this and that, and then you end up going home and sitting on your butt. So you know, it's being held accountable, doing that 30-day core run, and then even leading up to the 90-day core run, which is great. But really, it's after you do the 30-day core run, it's just like a starter almost. And after you do that, then you just keep doing it on and on. And you know, if you may fall back a little bit, you know, that's fine. But if you keep consistently doing something, it will be deeply rooted to your system. So where you don't have to worry about it. Say, oh man, I got to do this. You'll just do it from you constantly doing it. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Good stuff. How about some takeaways from what Jonathan mentioned there? The takeaways. Go ahead.
He was saying how sometimes he slipped and then he just get back on the bandwagon to stay on track. It's good that you do that, but that kind of freaked me out. So once I started it, I didn't want to stop. I just kept going.
Good,
and
good.
it's like when you're accountable, it's just like you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the habit that I like to have, doing the 30-day co-run. And I've been doing it since April, May, June. So this 3 months, I'm still doing the 30 days.
And her BMP updates are excellent.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, all right.
Excellent.
Okay, yeah. Wonderful. So also you spoke about what? Anybody in Tallahassee? Any takeaways from Jonathan there? Tallahassee? Tallahassee, you still there?
They're on mute.
Roderick?
Are we on mute? No, we're not.
No. Hello.
Tallahassee.
Hey.
Hey.
Any takeaway from what Jonathan spoke about just now?
Yes. One takeaway for me was make sure you do it with an accountability partner, because they kind of they kind of help you stay on track, and they push you to do it when accountability is built into the core run. It kind of keeps you pushing, and you have that person that you can lean on to get some notes from, and you learn and you grow with somebody. Particularly most of them is for the upline, so it's really, really helpful to do it.
Wonderful.
Another thing I like to add that too. I know y'all can hear me? Y'all good? Okay, cool. I know one of the things or the difference between last year's 30-day core run and this year is that you have to pretty much get a contact a day, pretty much. And I really love that part of the core run. And I realized that what keeps you going in the 30-day core run is like what keeps me going, I would say, is I find one thing I really, really, really like to do, because not every day you like doing business, right? But of course you do it because to get the results you need to get that you do like. But one of the things I really love doing is contacting and meeting new people. So I realized that once I do that on a day, that's like motivation for me to be able to say, hey, I have to get a new number. Like who's new on my list today? Who have I met today? And when I do that, it allows everything else to fall under the 9. Because once I'm able to say, hey, I got a new contact to my accountability partner, like whether it be to Lisa or Jarvis, I'm able to throw, of course, the reading in there, the audio I listen to, and everything else as well in the notes I took from those streams, and also the products I use, or so on and so forth. So I would definitely say on there, take advantage of one thing, like focus on one major point, and what really pushes you in the business, and work from that. That's what I do personally, to keep me going on. So yeah, let's go there.
What it's all about is about habits, right? It's creating new habits, and not only just creating new habits, by continuously doing, you're reinforcing those habits, so it actually becomes a part of how you actually live your life. Like Nadia was saying that we went out to West Palm there, and because we have been reinforcing these habits of talking to people, it's just the natural extension of who we are now,
Right. And for new people, the 30-day core run is designed to shock your system into actually doing the that really count. And it takes anywhere between 18 days, 252 days to form a habit. And for some people it's quick, for some people it's harder. The only correction I make is that the 30-day core run is to drop a message every day, not necessarily to get a contact. To get a contact every day is the 90-day core run. It's a slight little different. But right, so it's awesome. And I've been doing it with since Jonathan and I started it April 12, 2017. We've been constantly on 365 plus a day.
All right. Yes. All right. So that's it for the huddle. I mean,
one more person, Jarvis, want to say something?
Jarvis, all right. Jarvis.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Yes. Something I liked about Jonathan's statement there was the discipline he developed. He said he used to play video games, and with the habits he developed from the core run, he kind of cut the video game playing, and sometimes he slipped up, but those habits kicked in, and he got back to doing the core run.
Yes, good point.
Or like those habits.
Good point.
One more point.
One more point.
One more point.
Yes.
Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So one thing that I have to do for me, the dropping the message was usually like a natural thing, because it seems like you can talk. People love to talk, and actually, especially when you like to compliment them, that's a good start. So it makes you not be weird, right? But one challenge that I have to overcome is not force the conversation. So you want to have a conversation that lead to a good DTM, instead of having a conversation where you feel like, when you do a good DTM, most of the time people will pick up or will respond to you later on to kind of go into the next level. For me, if the person doesn't return your call or doesn't text you back, that means that it's not necessary that you didn't do a good DTM. That means that you haven't connect on what he's looking for. Because you might be a good person to connect with, to be a friend with, but are you connecting in that level that he's looking for? Because some people, they are looking, but they don't know what they are looking for. So you got to kind of lead into that aspect. And then the second thing is that, I think is the Wallen who says something is like success doesn't have empathy with the righteousness of you reasoning your excuses. That one is big for me, because on a daily basis, it just have to, by listening to streaming, is going to help you make sure that you are in in that, even if you don't want to do it, you have to force yourself to do it. So I highly recommend anybody, because like Roderick said, not every time you want to go out and talk to people, right? But you have to put in your mind that, it's something that you have to do because you know the end result. So like Kenneth said, just look into the input, not necessarily in the output, because the output is like, I want to go to the 7th spring, but are you doing the work that is, going to lead you to that goal? And if you're not doing it, it's okay, because everybody grows, differently. Just make sure that you do one thing in the business every day that make you have those good, positive habits.
Yes. Boy. Hey. Wait. Yes, man.
And one part of the post launch is to get the new people on Thursday run. Okay.
Good point. Yes.
Good point. All right. So that's it for Hudlin, but something that very, very exciting, and that's our upline coming to Atlanta here next weekend. Okay, Saturday.
Yeah.
You guys need to fill this place up for Sanjeev, because he's coming out here to expand on the process. It's mostly going to be question and answer. So if you have any questions, anything that you need to clarify, you need to have those questions before we get there, because this time is very limited. He's only going to be here for maybe 2 hours. From picking him up at the airport at 3. I should get him by 3:30. So from like 4 to 6, everything has got to be done, because he's going to be heading out to Fort Lauderdale the same night. Okay.
Questions are not like, when do you do the 30-day
run?
run?
Yeah, not
Guys,
that kind of question.
I mean, that's kind of more or less embarrassing yourself. So make sure that you're, make sure that you, don't do it, say questions like, oh, when do I do this? You guys are so farther in the process than a lot of his team. So he's actually looking at you guys more or less that, at a more advanced question.
Master's degree program question.
Absolutely. You start the 30-day, or when do you do this?
Who should I put on the 30-day core run?
Exactly.
Or how many times should I do 30-day core run?
Exactly.
So you say new people shouldn't ask them?
New people can ask questions. Write the questions down and give it to your upline. Write the questions down.
New people may not know what questions to ask.
Exactly. No. So, if you're brand new, give those questions to your upline.
Because they just went through the process. They don't know the process.
So, and it's okay for a new person, if they're brand new to ask the question. But, we expect our core IBOs to, know the stuff in the back, like the back of their hand, basically. So, that's it.
All right, make sure, again, you guys bring all the core IBOs out from Tallahassee, also from Jacksonville too. If you all need me to call anybody to speak to them, to get them out here, let's coordinate that within the next couple of days, okay?
Awesome.
All right.
Good stuff, phone team.
Phone team. Talk to you guys later.
You got it.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.